just in case. Well, welcome everybody. Let's begin as we do. Start to find your comfortable seat. And I was doing this last week and I will probably continue to do it, but whatever your usual seat is, I want you to change it. So I want you to find your comfortable seat and then I want you to change it. So put the other leg in front, use a different pillow around you, do something that is different. Good. Because especially since we are moving, eventually, we're still in Vata season, but we are moving a little bit out of, or we're going to be moving out of Vata season into Kapha season. And so that's the season where we tend to get very settled, very stagnant in whatever our habits are, whatever our habitual things are, what we're used to, our comforts, creature comforts. So just that little bit of adjusting keeps you a little bit more fresh in your mind, a little bit more fresh in your attitude. So change something. And then as you start to find your seat, either eyes open or closed just for a moment, start to settle into yourself. So squeezing the hands, actually squeeze and release. So you actually feel your fingers, feel the squeezing going all the way up the forearms, the squeezing going all the way up. Maybe you're even beginning to tense the upper arms, like squeezing your biceps, squeezing up into your shoulders. Feel a little squeezing. Good. And then let it go and drop the hands to the lap. And then maybe do the same thing with your legs. Squeeze and release your feet. And then feel that squeezing maybe going up, squeezing the calves, squeezing the thighs, squeezing your butt. And then release and feel your pelvis drop. Good. And then do just a little bit of rocking the head from side to side. Maybe full neck rolls if that feels good, or just letting the ears move towards each shoulder. And do it in a way that's meaningful. Don't just do it because I said it, but do it in a way that feels like you're actually feeling what needs to have your attention. Because often we go to sit to meditate and we're trying to get somewhere. We're hoping to get somewhere. But then your body just talks to you about all the things that you've been ignoring. So give your attention to your body. And then start to come to what feels like a settled seat, stillness. Drop your awareness inside. And just become aware of the contents of your mind. No labeling, no categorizing. Just feel. They're the contents of your mind. And as you become aware that there are the contents of your mind, you become aware that there is the container that is the mind. As you become aware of that container, you also become aware that there is space beyond it. So just feel that progression for a moment, that there's the contents of your mind. There's the container of the mind. And there is the space that is beyond. And they exist all at the same time. So you're not choosing one or the other. There's just the contents of the mind. Maybe you begin to feel the edges of the mind itself. And there's just awareness that there is space beyond that. There's no reaching. It's just awareness. And acknowledging that this will always be so. Even in the deepest states of meditation, your mind still has content. And there's still an edge that is recognizable as your mind. And there's still the awareness of the space that is within and beyond that. So you can relax. The mind isn't going anywhere. Even in deep meditation, your mind doesn't disappear. Your awareness is simply full of the space that includes your mind, includes your body, but is not limited to that. And aware that the breath is moving. And then can you find the sense of I that is swimming in that content? Can you pinpoint the experience of I? If it's not easy to find, or even if it is easy to find, as you are breathing, bring in the mantra Soham. So as you are inhaling the sound So, exhaling the sound Hum. Inhaling So, exhaling Hum. Mantra that says literally, I am. I am the space, I am the energy that is beyond this body and mind, but that includes this body and mind. So even in my deepest meditation, I'm never separating myself. I'm only expanding into full experience of I am. So wherever I exists in the content of your mind, breathe into that I am. And you're not leaving the contents of your mind, but you are aware of what is beyond it. The mantra So, Hum. Inhaling So, exhaling Hum. And find yourself coming back, releasing the mantra, just experiencing again the contents of your mind. Container of the mind. And whatever awareness there is of what is beyond that. And relaxing the shoulders, bringing yourself back to the feel of your seat. Let the eyes float open. Be aware of where your eyes go to first, where your mind goes to first. What is the automatic tendency when you leave that inner space? What does your mind reach for? Don't judge it, just notice. And then stop noticing. And we're going to do some Kapala bhati. So grab your tissue if you need. Change your seat if you'd like. And so Kapala bhati breath, skull shining breath, clearing out the stagnant stuff in the mind, and it works the navel. So again, my sort of cute thought is, because we're coming up on Thanksgiving, is to do just a little bit of clearing the mind, clearing the navel, so that what you ingest, right, is done very clearly, very consciously. So a little bit of the working of the navel center, fire center for digestion, and a little bit of, if your mind is in a clear space, then what we take in visually or auditory, like everything through the senses, what we take in is received with much more clarity, right? So we don't want to start with the mind already overloaded. That's how we grasp onto things for perhaps the wrong reasons. So clearing the mind, clearing the belly so that we can ingest well, right? We can process well. So Kapalabhati is active exhales through the nose. Everything is in and out through the nose. The exhale is pumping the navel in, and then the inhale happens passively if you haven't done it in a while. So a deep breath in, hands can be resting on the knees or the thighs. Full deep breath. Exhale all the way out. Relax your shoulders. Inhale in about halfway, and then begin to exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. Exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. Feeling the navel working, the shoulders stay relaxed. Doesn't have to be fast, but make it conscious. Exhaling, 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 exhaling. Good. Breathe all the way in. Pause and hold. Exhale all the way out. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hands. Again, noticing that if there is residual tension, either from the breathing technique or anything else, that you consciously allow those muscles to relax. So relax your butt, relax your jaw, relax your belly even as it's been moving in and out. Good. And then second round of breath, inhaling fully, completely. Exhaling fully and completely. Inhale about halfway, and then exhale, 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 exhale. The rhythm might seem like it's really easy to find at first, and then at some point it might feel like it begins to falter. That's okay. Slow yourself down. But stay with the active exhale, pumping the navel. And so this is training not only the abdominal muscles, toning the organs, regulating energy of the belly, clearing the mind. Deep breath in. Pause and hold. Exhale all the way out. Again, and consciously allowing the fingers to relax, the shoulders to release, the jaw to soften. Let your belly go. Let your butt go. This concept, right, that we are clearing the mind, that we are moving the contents of the mind, whatever they happen to be. The effects of breath work, the effects of meditation go as deeply as our resistance allows. So the more you are consciously softening into the experience, the deeper those effects can become. Third round, deep breath in. Deep breath all the way out. Inhale halfway and exhale, 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 exhale. Stay active but gentle, shoulders relaxed. Good. Again, you're not forcing anything out of the mind. You're simply letting the breath move what there is to be moved. Shaking up the contents like a snow globe. Good. Deep breath in. Pause and hold. Exhale all the way out. And again, notice the contents of your mind. Don't try and make it the same as it was before. Just notice what's there. And notice if your mind is moving away from space. What is it reaching for? You don't have to deny yourself anything, but notice what you reach for that takes you out of space. And then notice again your seat, physical seat. The body is asking for you to change something, change something. And you can leave the right hand where it is, lift the left hand up, and you're going to close off the left nostril. You're going to breathe in and out just through the right. So you're closing off the left, inhaling fully through the right, exhaling fully through the right. Good. So it's not alternate breath, it's just in and out through the right nostril. Good. The right nostril is activating Surya bedhana. We call this the sun breath. It's activating again that fire element, said to be helpful for actual digestion, but also for when the mind gets into that state that is a little bit tired, overwhelmed, stagnant. So I would say if you're in the height of being overwhelmed, you might not want to stimulate more. But certainly if you've been in a chronic state of tiredness, this breath can be very helpful. a gentle energizing. Again, how are you ingesting? How are you digesting what life is giving you? Because we don't always have a choice about what comes into our sensory field. But how we process it, what we take from it, and what we remove ourselves from. What your mind does with that sensory information, that you have the ability to notice and in many ways adjust. So pay attention to what your mind is reaching for as safety, as normal. And then pay attention also to if that reaching comes along with a feeling of space or if that reaching comes along with a feeling of grip. The end of your next exhale, please relax the left hand down to your lap. Palms facing up. And these are subtle things, but turn the palms to face up. Resting on the lap, Marlene. There you go, but palms up. And then keeping the left hand where it is, lift the right hand up, using the thumb to close off the right nostril. Begin to breathe in and out through the left. So just in and out through the left nostril. Chandra, bedhana, moon breath. Here is where if you are in the height of feeling overstimulated, this is the breath for you. I came across, I have no idea why I have this, but this breath being used as a way of restraining compulsive eating. So if you are happy with letting the breath simply flow, let it flow. If you would like, as you inhale, breathe all the way up to the top of your breath. And hold for as long as you easily can. And then when you need to exhale, exhale all the way out, still through the left nostril. At the end of your breath, pause and hold again. And then when you are ready, inhale again, breathing up to the top of the breath and hold. If you can notice how long you are holding, notice. And when you need to exhale, exhale all the way out. And at the end of the breath, pause and hold. Again, if you can, make it the same amount that you held at the top of the breath. Fantastic. If not, just be with it. You'll continue like that, inhaling to the top of the breath, pausing and holding. And then when you need to, exhaling all the way out, pausing at the bottom of the breath and holding. Noticing what the mind wants to run to. The mind can be compulsive in many ways, not just in eating, but in its thinking. The moment you start to come up against a feeling of space, if your mind contracts away from that, what is it contracting towards? What is it reaching for? You want to become aware of that. As this is where we start to understand our relationship to certain things in the world. So it is a part of meditation that you don't ignore this body and this mind and its habits. That the mind is a much more willing participant in meditation when it feels that its needs have been acknowledged. That doesn't mean giving it everything that it wants, but it means you acknowledge what it's reaching for and why. You come to the next exhale, release the breath, release the hands, back down to your lap, turn your palms to face down. How is your mind ingesting, digesting? How is your body experiencing that process? And how is your meditation practice, your pranayama practice enhancing that? Not forcefully trying to change it, but enhancing. How do you place your palms? How do you place your mind? How do you use your breath or not use it at all? Be aware of the contents of your mind. Be aware of the container that is the mind. Be aware of that space that is beyond the mind. Meditation is clearing the pathways where the boundaries between those three things start to bleed into each other. And so you know they are there, and at the same time, you no longer perceive them to be separate. There's only I am. This body, this mind, and what is beyond this body and mind. I am never separating myself. Become aware again of your seat. Become aware again of where there is residual tension being held in the body. Consciously, maybe allow it to soften. Be aware of where your mind wants to run to the moment that I say open your eyes. And instead bring it back to Soham. For just one more breath, bring it back to Soham. And bringing the hands to heart center, palm to palm. A little bow towards yourself, dropping the chin. So a humbleness that your concept of I, the ego I, can become aware that it can be united with something bigger, and it will not disappear, but it will expand into its infinite version. So you take your ego with you. Don't try to make it disappear. And it becomes that infinite self. It's not separate. You bow to that energy that includes, that is able to include all pieces of you. And then sliding the thumbs up to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. You have to unmute to tell me how that went. If I don't see you, have a great Thanksgiving, a great week.